In the city's vibrant, pulsating night, neon lights hum loud, masks conceal the truth, and whispers reveal secrets. Crystal balls spin mysteries, fortune tellers weave cosmic tales, and truth is tangled in electric threads. The masquerade unfolds, colors clash and neon hearts guide us through the crowded glow. Fireworks explode in our minds, hidden codes wait to be found, and every flash reveals what's underneath. Memories haunt us, light bulbs flicker and shadows linger. The curtain rises, lights ignite the scene, and the stage burns under fiery skies. The show must go on, we'll take the chaos and find our way through every stumble. No mask can hide the fire in our eyes. We're spinning stories under open skies, and when the music fades, we'll still be standing. Curtains draw open, lights ablaze, magic whispers through the night, as masks and dreams converge in spectacular display. Shadows dance, voices enthrall, crystal balls reveal secret signs, threads of fate entwined in tangled lines. The reactor twist unknown, on a stage of stars where dreams unfold. The show must shine bright through chaos and strife, every spark a tale to tell, a symphony of rebellion. Drums beat like hearts of fire, scripts burn with raw desire. Books of untold stories, pages turning brave and bold. Spotlight calls never fading through leaps of faith and masquerades. We've seen a gamble, each step a leap, dreams awaken where we sleep. Lights dim but hearts ignite, curtains rise to greet the night. We stumble, trip but never fall, the show goes on, we give it all. Raise the roof, shout aloud, through darkness we face the crowd. Dreams collide, we paint the stage with every scar. Each misstep makes us who we are. Script is torn, lines blurred, but every voice will still be heard. No rewind, no second take, we build the magic we won't break. Applause fades, but hearts soar, we'll leave them begging for more. Through every storm, every dawn, the show must go on and on.
All right.
Greetings from South Carolina.
Awesome. Why do I feel like we're missing somebody? Is that everybody?
This is everybody.
It was? Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I don't know. Look,
We're missing Fred, obviously.
Yeah.
We're missing me.
Yeah, okay. I'm pretty sure. Well, you popped in and out like 80 times already. I mean, you're just
I'm having some weird technical problem. My system keeps
are.
crashing. We'll see how long I last. If I disappear, night, everyone. Happy Father's Day.
don't feel bad. It's like 102 out here, so everything is just wonky on my end.
Yeah, well, it's been that way on StreamYard all week. I've seen several people having technical issues.
Yeah, I couldn't press the buttons last time I went live. I'd skipped this week. I was too busy. Frustrated with StreamYard. I didn't want to fool with it.
Yeah, StreamYard's got another thing up there. It's like on my cell phone. Tell us what we need to fix the cell phone streaming. I'm like, oh my god, you don't have enough character space for that. So, I can't help them.
Charge more for worse. Yeah. Business model.
Exactly. Well, why doesn't Pons say hi to everybody out there in Chatville, please?
I will do that. Here, let me let's see. Esmeralda, I see Esmeralda. How you doing, miss? Great to see you as always. Rachel the 208, thank you for joining us. Superplex, thank you very much. Happy Father's Day to you too. And yes, I got the new job, by the way. Thank you very much. I start
Right on.
Wednesday. I am psyched. Martial Arts Reflections is here. Hello, Martial Arts Reflections. Thank you for coming by
that's also
tonight.
Geek 101, so same guy.
I want to point out that every time you bring up a comment, I seem to develop cleavage. It's very interesting.
Do you? Let me just see
You're
that
really
again.
milking that one.
Ooh,
You should leave
yeah.
a kiss down like that.
Man, I look good on you. That doesn't sound right. Oh no.
Oh. Also, Geek Culture. Hello, Christopher. So good to see you. Free Side. Good to see you, Free Side. And I believe that's everyone. If I missed anybody, 1,000 apologies.
Yeah.
But happy Father's Day to you guys all too.
Well, I know there was a Geek in chat. There was a Tracy in chat. So hi to them too.
Well, they're actually here. We can actually talk.
Well, I told you to reach out. Well, anyways,
I got this really cool thing I do where I just go, hello all. I got next.
Yeah. Wow, good job. All right, and happy Father's Day to everybody who has fathers and is a father and that. Chance has a bunny father thing going on, so he's still a dad to his bunny. Okay.
My bunny lies over the ocean. My bunny lies over the sea.
Oh, and before we get started here, Pons, also Craig did a call-out video for Dad Joke Off too, so please get back to him soon.
I will. What's the date on that going to be?
I don't know. We have to find out because you just got a job, so now it's up to you to tell us when you're free.
I'll give him a jingle tomorrow. I promise.
Okay, perfect. Good. We get this going. All right, everybody. We're here for this now, so we're going to let Dan and Pons take over. As soon as I put Pons in his proper spot here. Here we go.
Put him in his place.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Well, Dan and them are on top here, so I just hit the button, so I'm in the corner.
Oh, and speaking of dads, Mrs. Thrush got me this. It was part of a whole kit. It was a bunch of little Breaking Bad little figurines.
Oh, cool.
And in the spirit of the greatest TV dad of all time, Walter White, happy Father's Day.
That's
Yes,
very
very
good.
good.
Is that the really cool ones that you can smoke out of? They got a little pop in the back of them.
No, but I love
Well,
the idea.
He's like, let me go get my drill.
I gotta say condolences to Bruce Willis. What a terrible day to pass away on.
Awful.
He died today?
I saw a headline. I don't know. I saw a headline from his daughter. I was just scrolling. So
Who?
can anyone in the chat
I will
confirm?
double
I
check.
hope I'm wrong.
Oh my
Which
God.
daughter? He's got like 70 of them.
Rumor Scout, one of them.
Out in
But I
Toulouse.
saw a headline about, my father. Just someone let me know in the chat, please, if he passed
Yeah,
away.
I'm
Who did
gonna
he say
look
passed away?
variety online.
I mean, you had Brian Wilson dying. All these greats that I love died this past week. I'm not trying to bring the show down here, but
No, it's a show about talking about this stuff,
Yeah.
so it's okay.
Happy movies, right? Correct.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking about movies and people in movies, so it's a perfect place to talk about that stuff. Chance, we're good.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if any of you saw the roast of Bruce Willis a few years ago, the funniest by and large bit in the entire venue was Demi Moore came up and she was talking about how it didn't work out with us, but I still love you. You're a great man. We had 2 beautiful children together. And it just brought down the entire house because everyone went, okay, well, Demi has 3 daughters, so...
Well, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Interesting.
guys, the Bruce Willis thing, it's all a bunch of clickbait crap. From
Apparently,
a lot of
his daughter
reliable
said
sources
something.
like Huffington Post. It
I
says that
looked at
Bruce-
the variety.
Bruce Willis's wife, Emma, shares heartbreaking confession and emotional blah, 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 blah. So
Yeah,
thank God
it's
he's
just
still
an
alive.
Instagram post. It's
Well,
not.
okay.
He's not.
It's a bunch of crap. It's picked up by
Gone.
Fox
Yeah,
News.
I thought
so
if something
I just
happened to Bruce
thought-
Willis, I probably would have heard about it.
it's clickbait,
Fake
John.
news.
Sorry, folks.
I had
Well,
seen it very briefly on Facebook right before I clicked.
All
on
I
the
know
video,
is
so I
if it
didn't
were
really read it
real,
until
I would have had 80,000 DMs and emails about it from everybody going, hey, did you know? And I was like, oh, yeah, thanks, guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love everybody sending me that stuff. It's not a problem. It's just sometimes, like, you get it from 50 people at once. You're like, oh, yeah, no, I got it.
God, he's
Yeah.
still alive. Hey, Kenneth Wilkinson.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so let's get this started here. I'm going to let Pons and Dan run the thing about you frozen?
Yeah,
Oh,
But
he
you know what?
actually is. I thought he was faking it.
Man, who
I'm gonna
has-
run with it because it's a fairly decent pose.
Yeah, it's a feel good
on the
face. It's a feel
gambling
good
thing, did
face.
anybody have 10 minutes for Pons today?
What?
Have what?
No,
Did
I
anybody have
nobody
10 minutes on Pons freezing today?
on the poll.
No,
I
no.
thought you'd go 16, man. I really did.
No, he's all good on geeks, and then he comes over here and he's like, I just can't stop freezing. You know, I don't know. It's cute.
I thought
I
you
know,
had a
it
new
was weird,
computer.
Well, look, I don't know. Technology. It's fun. All right. Okay, so.
So, Tracy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Tracy.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's good to
Since
have
you're,
you.
Love you,
since
Thank
Bubba
you're
you.
new here, you should go first and tell us what movies make you feel good. Pick one.
Most definitely.
Okay, for starters, I'll say what I heard earlier. Vangelis, that Vangelis one with gosh, what's his name? Ben Cross. The one that he's a runner.
Chariots of Fire.
Chariots of
Chariots of
Fire?
Fire. Yeah, that's a good movie. It's uplifting.
I've
It is.
never seen that movie, but I did see them running on, I guess, the beach in white,
That's
maybe their underwear.
All
I'm
I
not sure.
remember about that movie is a bunch of people running down the beach and a cool song.
Yeah, that was good music. I did like that music. I'd seen that clip. I've not seen that movie, but that's cool. What's it? I mean, when was it made?
Back in the 80s, typically.
182, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah, I want to say 81 sounds right.
Yeah.
Where's
Good name,
it?
I
Tom.
mean, it's inspiring.
That's just something. Yeah, it's that's cool, man.
All these people on here, one of us could actually Google that real quick. Just saying.
Yeah, I can't. I'm taxing my system.
You know, I'm working. Other people are.
Yeah.
Chariots of Fire.
He's just like, whoa.
Where's the AM when you need them?
Yeah.
Correct. It was 81. I was right.
So that was the year before I was born. Yeah, that's
And that
why
was
I
actually
did
the last time I probably watched it was in 81.
I turned 14.
I remember seeing that movie one time on cable, and I watched it, and I don't
Okay.
remember much about it, but I remember saying, well, I'll never watch that one again.
There was a time when I was in my, I want to say late teens, early 20s, when I decided to watch every single movie that ever won the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Oh,
And that's
wow.
probably the
That-
last time I went.
That sounds like a
Self-torture, man.
Yeah, that's
Some of it was.
like-
Some of it was really bad, really boring.
I mean,
But
that's
I learned a
like
lot about
every.
film history doing that.
I'm sorry. That's like going to every baseball field there is, in the Nationals and Americans.
Yeah, that would
yeah,
take
I won't be
forever.
doing that either.
Yeah, there are some really unwatchable movies that have won Best Picture.
Mhm.
I don't wanna
Usually it's
look
the
at snob.
unwatchable movies that win Best Picture.
does
Yeah.
Especially in the last 10 years, almost every movie that's won Academy Awards or Emmys really weren't really that good.
But I do feel like the general consensus in the public that the Academy Awards are getting worse and worse is it actually does hold up. If you watch them all in a row like that, you do kind of see a slow decline in the quality of the actual movie.
Yeah.
Slow decline.
Well, lately it's been pretty rapid. I mean, I did this in the 90s.
But the problem is, ever since CGI's come into play, all movies have had slow decline of goodness. They've all gotten
Yeah.
worse.
Yeah, well, they don't even act
Emily.
anymore. Nobody shows emotion. You don't know what's happening. Everybody's just straight looking at a green screen going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to say my words.
Mhm.
I'm like, I don't really care for that. That's not entertaining. I mean, I can talk to a wall too. It's not very fun. Anyways,
Yeah, nowadays it's not about the best movie or the best acting performance or the best score. It's just it's all politics. Who deserves the award?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
honestly,
I
I think,
deserve
yeah.
the award, of course, but don't be
It's only been
one.
recently, like this year, that they're saying, okay, you have to actually see every movie that's been nominated if you want to vote on the Academy. Like, why hasn't that been a rule from the beginning?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's almost like they have the Electoral College in their hands.
Oh no.
Alrighty then.
Moving on.
I'm
That's
being
like
funny.
Okay.
We're going to
All right.
send your vote to college.
Oh, might as well we'll get educated. Better come back to be smart. Shoot.
All right,
Sorry.
Thrash, I guess you're up, buddy. What movie makes
Oh,
you
okay.
feel good?
I picked Cormac McCarthy's The Road. I couldn't resist. I
don't.
Wait for laughs. There you go.
I don't know that movie. So
The least uplifting movie ever made.
It's quite possibly the most disturbingly sad, tragic movie ever made, and that's up against some pretty stiff competition.
that's your feel good movie.
It was. Yeah, I was being sarcastic.
I was confused.
It makes him feel good when he sees other people suffer.
Yeah.
So I was gonna say, I think,
The facetious police called. I wanted for questioning.
Oh God.
Okay, and now my real choice.
ah,
My real choice is The Wedding Singer.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm sorry, Adam Sandler. His movies are a guilty pleasure. Not all of them, so some of them, but the ones I love, they're a guilty pleasure. I thought he was fantastic in it. I thought the chemistry between him and Drew Barrymore was palpable, and it was like so far ahead in the old '80s nostalgia thing. It's like every
Billy
time I
Idol
watch
was
that movie, I love it. I love that movie. You know.
Okay. You gotta find
That's
this
actually
as
a good
shock,
choice.
Hug. You're really gonna find this a shock, Hug. I like The Wedding Singer and most Adam Sandler movies.
Okay, I do find that a
Wow.
little shocking that you like
It
most
proves
Adam
there's
Sandler
something
movies.
really wrong with me, right?
I like 31st Dates. I thought that was actually.
see,
brought
I
me to
do not
tears.
like that one. That just was the same exact thing. No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not a fan.
I like some Adam Sandler. I'm very picky.
Like
There's a
some.
lot that I
I'm
don't like, but
picky
I do
about
like
him,
The
though.
Wedding Singer a lot. I think The Wedding Singer is one of his best.
I can't think of no Adam Sandler movie besides that one, like 50 First Dates, that I really didn't like.
I
You
mean,
even
it
liked
reminded
Little
me of my
Nicky?
mom, so it's like I couldn't help but cry.
Yeah.
Oh.
At one point, they were talking about him doing
nice.
Fever Pitch, and I wish they
Wow.
had, because he was an actual Red Sox fan. But I
Mhm.
guess he wanted too much money or was doing another project at the time. But I really think they should have used him and Drew together in Fever Pitch.
Didn't think Fever Pitch would come up twice in one day on my bingo card. So
And both times brought up by me, the biggest sports fan on YouTube.
I'll have to say that Adam Sandler is really popular with the children. The kids I raised all loved Adam Sandler. His movies went out real big when it came to going to the theater and stuff.
I remember my generation. I was in high school when Happy Gilmore came out, and like that was the big thing. You know.
Yeah, I like that one too. I always said it. There's not too many of his movies I don't like.
I was muted. I said right before you said that, I said Sandler gave Bob Barker a great moment.
Right.
Oh, I love Bob Barker in that.
Reinvigorated
Prices
Bob
are on
Barker.
the
Yeah.
That was
They
Well,
award you no points,
Yeah.
and may God have mercy on your soul.
funny.
I love that scene.
Yes, that is good. All right.
Trivia question: what did he get his start doing? Anybody remember?
Was an SNL? No.
No,
What about
there was a short-lived. Well, I say short-lived. It lasted for about 3 seasons. It was MTV was trying to do its own game shows, and there was one called Remote Control.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And actually, Colin Quinn was on it too, and they both went on to do SNL. But Adam Sandler played all the weird characters.
And John Hamm.
You know, I
came
really
from the
gave MTV up when they quit playing cool videos and started doing all that reality stuff. I quit watching it.
John
I
Hamm
had a
came
few
from a game
friends
show
too.
as well, a dating show
Yeah.
Really? Which
on
one?
MTV.
Really? No kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a contestant on a game show and he got discovered. Yep,
No
I
kidding.
Wow.
No kidding.
very well known, but I don't remember the name of the show. Someone in chat will know. Opera.
He's very popular here in St. Louis because it's his hometown.
It was in like 1996.
Sticks.
It wasn't the one by Jenny McCarthy. Remember the one with what was the one Jenny McCarthy hosted on MTV?
Oh yeah. What was that one called? I do remember that one.
Anyway,
She used to stick out her tongue.
Oh, okay.
Probably still does.
yeah. I'll just hold what I was.
Any
gonna say.
warm feelings I had about Jenny McCarthy, I lost a long time ago.
Remember when she was an item with Jim Carrey?
Yeah.
Mm.
Lazy back
what was
thing. I don't know.
Look,
I think
all I
they all
know
got,
is
they all got
feel good
VD,
movies.
unfortunately.
Oh,
Anyway,
God.
Oh my
Wow.
heavens! This
All
is
right.
on a just
Yikes.
great direction this is going.
story is he's a carrier.
What was that show?
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dan, for that.
Since Indy's not here, I'm gonna have to Google it.
So, Sarah, I'm guessing you're up next.
Me, no, we got a chance.
It was singled out, by the way.
Oh, singled out. Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Mhm.
All
All right,
right,
Chance, you're up.
ladies
Yeah.
first. There, if you want to go first, you go ahead.
No. It's okay. Trust and believe. You may go.
Stop fighting, you two.
Tom, you're up.
Have nice things.
All right.
How
Take a
many,
chance. Take your turn.
how many are we supposed to mention in our turn?
We're gonna do one at a
As many as
time.
you
I
want.
think.
Oh, okay, well then I'll start with all right. Dazed and confused.
All right.
I love it
Oh my!
because
My
it's
ear.
about my favorite year of all time so far, 1976. I think it was released in 1992. Parky Posey's in it, of course. Matthew McConaughey.
Again.
Amelia
I thought you got-
Jovovich.
I'm sorry, I got
I
interrupted.
never
I'm just
Parky
joking.
Yeah.
I thought it really captured the 1970s vibe excellently, and it was totally a feel-good movie, depending on your point of view and when you grew up. And for Gen Xers, anyway,
I
I
guess
thought,
that depends on what you were feeling.
yeah, and even boomers that were older in 1976 can appreciate that movie. I love the
Mhm.
music in it. It's hilarious. You know, it's just a good coming-of-age movie. So that's my first round pick, Dazed and Confused.
Yeah, that's a good
Awesome.
one. That's a good pick. I like that movie.
Thank
I'm
you.
awesome.
You see, when I first heard that title, I had that movie confused with Detroit Rock City about going to the Kiss concert.
Kiss.
And then somebody pointed this movie out, and I had to go back and watch some clips from it last night after the show and familiarize myself with it. And I can't tell you, no. I'm not a fan of that movie. I'm sorry, but I'm not. That movie promotes stuff that I'm just uncomfortable.
One
Do
final
I have to
thing.
teach you this
Yes.
again?
As a father, I'm uncomfortable with that movie. It
Yeah.
promotes stuff with teenage
You're
girls that I
supposed
do not
to be. He's
support.
not a good person.
He's not a good role
One
model.
final
in
thing
that
about
movie.
1976, that was the bicentennial year,
Mhm.
and there was
Mhm.
just so much going on. Star Wars was being made. Wonder Woman with Linda Carter was in high gear. You had the best music. I mean, I just thought it was a
Mhm.
fantastic year to be
Yeah,
a
and
little kid.
apparently high schools were real popular.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
but high school
Also,
and movies are full of
Charlie's
like
Angels.
30-year-olds. It's crazy.
You had Farrah craze going on. Oh man, all sorts of good stuff was happening.
Everybody had that.
But like
poster.
Tug points out, I'm famous for not liking too many movies. So.
I think every woman wanted,
I
well,
love
not
that
every
about you,
woman,
Dan.
but
I
most
really do.
women wanted to be her, and most men wanted to get with her.
Yep. That poster was a hot seller, 6 million units
Mhm.
in the
Ooh,
red.
and they're still selling.
I had
Man.
Farrah Fawcett poster on my wall in
The red suit.
1977 or 78 or something.
Yeah, that would be nice to have that. That's a collector's.
Oh, that poster
Yeah.
deteriorated. There wasn't nothing left of it by 1990 something.
I would
Mhm.
imagine,
The
Dan.
middle part.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well, we don't need to talk about how the poster died. I think we got it. All right. Moving forward.
Sarah.
No, geek.
Oh, yes, me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm. That would be you.
I'm going to go ahead and before Thrash says it, I'm going to say Godzilla, but not that Godzilla. That Godzilla movie's not appealing to me. But like some of the more silly ones from later, like Godzilla versus Megalon, which is the one I grew up on. It's dumb and I love it. Godzilla versus Gigan. That whole like silly late 70s era, early 70s era is probably the feel goodest era of Godzilla. I even like some of the recent American Godzillas. Like they're also very goofy, very silly, Hollow Earth stuff. It's all nonsense, but I love it. It's fun. It's unabashed. We're just gonna have
Hey,
Godzilla.
I like Hollow Earth. It's really fun in there. Don't you go Hollow Earth?
I like all Godzilla movies that don't involve Godzilla.
But notice I didn't mention one that had him. Yeah.
Ah, shit.
But yeah, I'm gonna say Godzilla for my opener because if I'm feeling down and I put in Godzilla versus Megalon, I'm gonna be smiling before it's over. So
That's
Good
funny.
choice.
That's good.
Good choice. So now,
Okay,
Sarah,
Sarah.
you're up.
Okay, so what I have to say is this. Besides Star Trek 4 being my all-time go-to movie for good stuff, right? Everybody was going to know that. I'm going to not lead with that one, even though I kind of just did. Whoops. Okay, so, but one of my most favorite movies of all times that I can watch, whether I'm in a good mood or a bad mood, don't feel good, anything, Clue. I can watch Clue
good one.
all the time. I could just put it on in the background and do anything and everything and just know what's happening and have a good time listening to it. Yes, Clue would be one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. Super funny, just great, lots of fun.
Yeah.
How about that?
And
Yeah.
very funny. It's super funny. And especially when you watch it
Guy
go through the
who's
ending.
in Clue who was in It, right? What's his name?
Tim Curry.
Yeah,
Tim
Tim
Curry.
Curry.
That's right.
He's
in that
beautiful.
movie.
Frankfurter.
He's in Clue though, right?
Yeah, he's the butler.
Yes.
I'm remembering the right movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That's one of those comedies that, like, no matter how many times I see it, it still makes me laugh. Like,
Yeah.
I know every joke because I've seen the movie so many times, and I know every joke when it's coming, but it still gets me every time.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah.
Sure.
There's another movie that's a lot like Clue, I think, called The Cheap Detective. I don't know if anybody. Peter Falk plays in it. You ever get a chance? Check that.
I think I've seen that one. Or
Murder by Death.
I think it's called The Cheap Detective. Though. But I know what Murder by Death is too, though.
Yeah, they're two different movies. I'm not saying it's the same movie. I'm just saying Murder by Death is a good example.
All I know is
the same general plot, though. You know.
Yeah, like you take a murder mystery in a mansion and you just make a goofy movie out of it. Yeah.
So Dan,
by the way.
What's your first pick, Dan?
My first pick. See, I cannot tell you how much overjoyment I get when I watch The Human Centipede. No, just like thrash and be a little sarcastic. to me, I'm like, but surprisingly, I fall in the line with Tug. He said Godzilla, and that just blew me away because that wasn't what I was expecting. That was kind of like me, you know, because my go-to place for my happy place for movies, man, it's the real old black and white movies.
Yeah.
The old movies from the 50s. That's the ones I enjoy best. I've seen them a million times. I can tell you probably dialogue from half of them, but nothing brings me greater pleasure than watching the giant claw or the giant tarantula.
Yeah, absolutely.
And surprisingly, my choice for this one round is going to be one of them kind of movies. And Tug, I think you will respect this since you chose Godzilla. I choose King Kong.
Yay!
Oh, cool.
King Kong, you got me thinking about it on the beginning of your video today, and I said, "Nah, that's a good place movie," and that's why I chose it, because King Kong to me was the first big monster movie ever made. Really, it was the beginning of a whole generation. It's the go-to movie for me. I could sit through black and white King Kong every day and be okay with it.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Yeah, that's a beautiful movie. Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I used to think it was terrible because of the
brings us back
wonderful claymation in it. But anyways, as I got older, I was like, "Oh, look, practical effects! Way more fun than the CGI cluster of eye bleed." I'm like, "The world doesn't look like that. Stop doing that." Also, why is every alien coming through just a tunnel of light? Anyways, it gets annoying, right?
I also really like the King Kong version that come out. I think it was in the late 70s with the Twin Towers buildings in it.
Yeah, 1976. Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, that one.
I love that version of King Kong a lot.
Me too.
I have to admit, I mean, that version has its charm. I do enjoy it.
But I think a lot of it may be the actress in it, but I don't know.
Yeah, Jessica Lange as Dwan.
Yeah, that could be a psychological obsession with her somewhere.
Yeah.
I was right, I thought too.
For some reason.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
But anyway, let's move on to Tracy next and keep it going.
Okay. All right. One of my favorite movies is a movie that was filmed back home during the 80s when I was growing up, is My Bodyguard. Anytime I'm really homesick, I think of that movie of My Bodyguard with with Matt Dillon and Chris Makepeace and Adam his name is Adam. He's got
Baldwin.
Baldwin, yes. I love that movie so much. It just it was a simple little tiny movie, but it made me happy.
I don't know that movie.
Yeah,
Matt
I am sadly familiar with that movie too much.
Oh, God.
I see.
Great supporting cast too.
See, like what I like about that is like I'm looking at Chicago the time I was growing up there, because that movie was about growing up, And so that always makes me think about, riding my bike around Lincoln Park, and the little the dove boats that you ride in the middle of the pond.
You mean
I don't know. I
Swan
don't know
And-
what year that movie come out, but whatever year
think
that movie
81.
come out. What?
I think it's 81.
81, around that
I
time.
think so.
I know
1980.
that I know
1980.
that after it come out for
Oh,
the next
okay.
2 years straight, it was on HBO every freaking week. That movie got played so much that if you did for some reason actually like it, by the time after that 2-year
You wouldn't
run on
like it anymore.
probably wouldn't see it no more.
But I love that movie. It's just a simple movie. It's not, the Breakfast Club and all this hyped up stuff. It's just a nice movie.
Well, you know what? I almost put that on my list too, and I do love it. I mean, I love the whole coming of age angle. I love the supporting cast: Martin Mull, Ruth Gordon, the young lady from
And
Flash.
Cusack. I mean,
Yeah,
my friend
Joan Cusack in it. But
John's sister. I grew
yeah.
up with them.
But what is her name? Woman
Jennifer
from
Beals?
Flashdance. Jennifer Beals.
Oh,
She has a very small part. She was actually dating Alan Baldwin at the time, and so she has a very
Wow.
small part as Joan Cusack's best friend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the only reason I didn't add that to my list was because Baldwin's backstory, his dark secret, I thought kind of made the movie kind of sad. So I think, in my opinion, that kind of made it. It's hard to have a feel-good movie with a subplot that dark. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
I do
but
love
then-
the movie. So
Or with a Baldwin in it.
It's
you
Christopher
see,
Makepeace, right?
Yeah.
yes,
And the
Christopher
thing
Nolan.
is that what I like about it is that, you see him thinking about those dark spots, dark places, but then you see him sort of rise up a little bit and become more mature about about all that, and started to see it from outside of the box, and that's
buy
what
that.
growing up is all about.
It is. All right, I'll buy that.
For a
Point
dollar.
made.
I'll buy that for $1.
I'll buy that for a dollar.
RoboCop.
Adorable.
RoboCop
Adorable.
is another good feel-good movie. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel real good when I watch that.
Yeah, I
Right.
know. Just
Watching
most of the
dirtbags
feel-good
getting
movies-
wasted. Yeah.
Most of them feel good movies y'all coming up with is movies I have stated I will never watch again.
Because you watched a lot of HBO in the 80s.
Insert Doug's line.
Don't
Insert
mention Patrick Swayze, whatever you do.
Oh God, here we go again.
No, it's like you never. What is it? Never apologize for what you love, or whatever.
Exactly. Never be ashamed
Oh,
of
I
what you love.
apologize for it all the time. Sorry.
You might not believe this, but one of the ways I used to punish one of my children was to make him watch Patrick Swayze movies because he hated it so much.
Therefore, he'll get Stockholm syndrome and decide he loves Patrick Swayze movies and force you to watch.
That'd be
Patty
funny.
Hearst. Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh,
Oh, I love this
Crazy.
cleavage.
Mhm.
Mm.
Well, yeah.
Oh.
All right then.
Am I
All
up
right,
again?
Flash?
I think it is
Yeah.
your Josh.
Oh, okay. I'm going to go with Graveyard of the Fireflies.
There we go
Oh
again.
no, that one.
And yes, I'm going to have a glib comment for every time it's my turn. No, all kidding aside, I'm actually going to take a page from Danny here and talk about like some of the old classics. And as you guys know, I loved the old Abbott and Costello movies when I was a kid.
Oh, those are great.
There we go. I know where you're going.
But one that I particularly loved of all of them was, for some reason, I loved Jack and the Beanstalk.
Oh God.
That's a classic.
It was silly and fanciful, and it was actually Lou Costello actually sings in it. But for some reason, I always loved their rendition of Jack and the Beanstalk when I was a kid. There was just something about it that like always put a smile on my face. So even though I loved, there was no Abbott and Costello movie I hated. But for some reason, that was the one that I was always psyched when they were playing it because he used to play it on Sunday mornings in my area. A local channel would air them, and that made my day when they were playing that one.
Nice.
Why? Which one did you think I was going to mention, Tug? You seem to.
I thought you were gonna say Meets Frankenstein or whatever.
I do love that one. So we should read that into the record. I do love that one. And I was just thinking that the other day when Costello's looking but trying not to find anything important because he wants to like get the hell out of Dodge. And he opens the door to the secret lair and he closes it. And Abbott's like, "What's behind you?" "Broom closet." "Broom closet." "Yep, broom closet."
I remember when I was really little, the first Abbott and Costello movie I ever saw was Abbott and Costello Go to Mars. And that one still has a warm place in my heart, even though as Abbott and Costello movies go, it's not the best, but it's still my first. So,
and they don't go to Mars; they go to Venus.
They go to Venus, right? Yeah.
That used to make me like confused when I was a child.
Okay, I got a question for everybody on panel, real quick, since we're talking about Abbott and Costello, right? I'm going to show you a trailer, a poster for a movie with Lou Costello, and I want to know if anybody's seen it.
Oh yeah, I agree with Kim on that one.
Come up with another movie that doesn't exist again because he lives in
That's
the
Oh yes, there I am, Frozen.
That's oh my God. Okay, that's why I'm trying to pull up the movie poster.
Hold on, let me make you big, Dan.
The 30-Foot Bride of
the 30-Foot Bride of Candy Rock.
That was the last movie he did. It's like one of the few movies he did without Bud Abbott.
Yeah,
I've only heard about it.
It's a Costello movie by itself. Has anybody ever seen that one?
No.
I've heard of it, never seen it.
I've never heard of that movie, and it's probably one of Lou Costello's best movies ever made.
Wow.
I think it might, like Doris was saying, it might have been the last movie he made.
It was the last movie he made.
Yeah.
In fact, I believe a lot of the scenes had to be. They used that comedian from the 50s and 60s.
That narrows it down.
Did like a lot of stand-in stuff. I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but
the cool part is you got Lou Costello in a movie about a 50-foot woman.
Yeah.
And then you got a play movie about the 50-foot woman.
There's my little movie to blow Tug's mind that he never heard of for the week.
I had never heard of it. Sorry, you got me. You got me again. What I get for being young compared to you.
But the problem is to try to find a copy of that movie and actually get to watch it. I've seen it years ago when I was a kid on TV.
All right. Is it Chance's turn?
Make me big. Make me big.
Oh my goodness. It's big time. Right. Okay.
Something else.
Since you mentioned something on my list, Star Trek 4, The Voyage Home, I'll let you take that one, Sarah. This is my payback. Grease.
Oh.
There's a #1 Grease card. They call that a rookie card. I thought the chemistry was amazing between Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. And, you know, when she died, I think a light went out of this world. That really hit me hard when Olivia Newton-John passed away, and that's the way I still feel. But both her big movies, Grease and Xanadu, which wasn't a big movie, it was a flop, but it had an awesome soundtrack. She had no chemistry with the lead, Michael in Xanadu, who was in the Warriors previously, but she and Olivia Newton-John were amazing together. I love the soundtrack. That was my little sister's favorite movie. Mine was Star Wars, and then a year later, Grease came out, and so you know, I just think it's a fantastic, you know, period piece about the 1950s, and it's one of my favorite films, and definitely puts a smile on my face no matter how many times I see it. And
okay, well, I'm gonna have to disagree with you because I watched it one time, never watched it again. Ooh.
But you're from a different generation. You weren't around when it was in theaters, and that's okay. There's no wrong answer.
Thank goodness. I would have been upset if I had to watch it in theaters.
You know, it's a matter of taste. It's a matter of taste. That's all I got to say.
Yeah,
the corollary to never be ashamed
Anyone
of
that
what
like
you
Olivia
love.
Newton-John has got a problem.
Oh no, it's not for sure. Did you see the movie though? Right? You saw. Never mind. Okay.
You're not going to win this debate. Believe me. I think
I don't need to
you're out of your mind.
Yeah, well, we all know that.
Not I too love Grease. Not to mention, it brought the musical back from the dead single-handedly.
The best Broadway, I think, since Hair, right? Translated to the big screen.
In fact, I believe a theatrical version of Hair would not have been made were it not for the success of Grease. Oh, Grease Hair.
Does like its trends.
Hair Grease.
Sarah, have you seen Xanadu? If you think Grease is bad, in your opinion, wait till you see Xanadu.
I'll
He's right. They're both pretty terrible.
Yeah, I will avoid that. That's cool. I can avoid that.
She was such a beautiful woman.
Oh,
Beautiful
God,
singer.
best look ever was in Xanadu.
Gorgeous singer.
Oh God.
Absolutely.
I do agree with that. Yeah.
Mwah.
Anyone here
I
seen
mean,
her in
really.
concert? I saw her in concert many times. I mean,
Dang. I
it
wanted to.
bring the house down. Anyway.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
Pons for you.
What for me?
Read that.
Oh, ew.
They were talking about the
Super,
50-foot woman.
super,
You don't want to know where they were going with that.
Sarah, you know I'm just teasing you. I hope you know I'm just teasing you.
Oh, we'll have
Aw.
words later at the flagpole after the show. Their chance. Ooh,
All
it's on.
Oh, what's up, music?
I'm just gonna keep my comments about old Grease to myself.
Thank you.
Yeah, you saw me get demolished.
I thought Grease was slick.
All right.
Grease is the word, man. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that you
Chance.
heard.
So cute.
I just find myself not liking no movie that involves John Travolta dancing.
Really, I like Saturday Night Fever. Okay,
Okay,
I love
yeah,
Saturday
I like
Night
that.
Fever.
Yeah.
That's like one of my
I
favorite
like my
movies.
Travolta more like
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction and the movie about the airplane.
He does dance in
Pulp
Pulp
Fiction.
Fiction, though.
Mhm.
but guys, how about Saturday Night Fever made history? It was the only movie I can remember.
Some cool music, you know.
Saturday Night
Nothing
Fever
to
was
do
the
with
only movie released as a PG and an R-rated version. Am I wrong? Or it's
Yeah,
the only
no,
one I
you're
recall?
right. Because I saw it in our version with my mom.
Die Hard 4.
Yeah,
brutal.
Die Hard 4
not
also
good.
had an R-rated version and a PG version in theaters.
the
Who
PG
did?
sucked.
What?
They
Die
cut it
Hard
out.
4. The fourth
Oh,
Die
that
Hard
don't
movie,
count.
like Live Free and Die
I
Hard or
didn't know that.
something.
That's good intel, but
That's
Yeah.
the one in Russia, right?
No, that's the last one. That's a
And
good day to
The
die
Mel
hard.
Gibson crucifixion movie also had a R and PG.
Did it really?
Oh, Passion of the Christ.
Christ.
Passion of the Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Saturday Night Fever started that trend.
It was the first.
Yes, it did.
I love that movie.
Yes, it did.
Man, me too, man.
I love the soundtrack. I love everything about it.
And
If I
actually, you
can't
might
have
technically be
I
correct
don't
because
want no Gentile baby.
Die Hard 4 and Passion of the Christ are probably PG-13 cuts.
Ooh.
And PG.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, all right. Well,
Uh,
but what about the tragedy of John Travolta? Quickly, I just want to say, I know it's not my turn. He lost the first love of his life, Diana Hyland, to cancer, who played his mom in Boy in the Plastic Bubble. She
That's
died in
so sad.
him.
Yeah.
And then Kelly Preston, his son Jet. And speaking of Jet, he is a pilot. I have a lot of respect for him as an actor and performer, and he's a survivor, and he's hilarious in Die Hard. Speaking of Die Hard, the parody with Kevin Hart, that is a hilarious movie. John Travolta plays a
Aw.
hilarious character in that. It's a more recent movie. Sorry. Enough said.
No worries. We can like modern day feel good movies too. They're real. Just they're not on like Hallmark or anything. That's just torture channel. So we don't watch that.
Oh yeah. Those are all very, very formulated. You know, girl in big city falls in love with farm boy, and then there's some trouble with that, and then she marries him eventually. I'm like, oh God,
Brought him back
Hallmark.
with Pulp Fiction. I'm glad Quentin brought back John Travolta in 1993 to
Yeah.
film that movie.
That was
Hey, it had a
great.
little resurgence after that. Yeah.
Oh, sure
Yeah.
did.
Well, anyways, then there was
Shorty and all these
Battlefield
movies.
Earth. So
Yeah.
that was terrible. Ew.
Yeah. I didn't like Get Shorty. I'm just saying that was like the next one I recall.
Well, Good Shorty
Anyway.
is such a good movie compared to Battlefield Earth. Wow.
Yeah,
Mm.
Battlefield Earth
Amazing.
is definitely. Yeah, I hear
But
you.
he did do a
Awful.
few like action movies with like John Woo. He did like Broken Arrow and Face Off. And, yeah.
Mhm.
Face
Oh,
Off
I
is
like
awesome.
Face Off.
Face Off is great.
Yeah.
That's one of my
Oh,
favorite
yeah,
action
that's
movies.
Oh yeah,
totally-
I could.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Let's watch Face Off right now, guys. Come on.
Do you know that Travolta and Cage actually spent a prolonged amount of time together, not just to get each other's mannerisms down, but so they could imitate each other's imitation of each other? Because remember,
Wow.
they're supposed to be flip flop. So it's like, here, you impersonate me, and I'll impersonate the impersonation. I thought that was brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I really like that movie. It was one of my favorite surprisingly good movies that I saw. I was like, oh my gosh, this looks way better than they even advertised. Why did they advertise this better? I would have seen it sooner. What is this? Anyways, but it was good.
Sure was.
I also like Con Air. That was another one of those movies that I didn't see being as awesome as it was. I could do Con Air all day
That
long.
mullet alone, man.
Yeah, that mullet was just so the mullet,
Moldy.
yeah. Moldy.
Like
That's a mullet over.
Oh God.
Buscema, he was so funny in these type movies.
Well, Con Air was a good movie, but it was just a little bit over the top, maybe.
I saw Phantom Tollbooth, Gary, in the theaters.
That I did too. That was wild.
Did
Yeah,
Tug go?
No, I have not gone yet.
Okay, good.
Oh, no,
Because I was
we're
like,
just
I
talking
thought
over.
well, no, I just forgot that it was his turn, and I got to thinking, well, we're taking turns.
Okay, I'm going to talk about a movie that's been on my mind for a while because I spent the last week making a video on Superman 4. And there's a scene in the middle of Superman 4 where like Superman and Clark Kent are both on like a double date with Lois Lane and the new editor-in-chief of the Daily Planet, Lacey.
Yeah.
And it's played like a farce, but like the timing is all off. It's not really, it doesn't punch the way it should. And it reminds me of a movie from 1992, which is a farce called Noises Off, which also has Christopher Reeve in it, along with got Carol Burnett, Desmond Llewellyn, John Ritter, Mary Lou Henner.
Wow.
And Michael Caine plays this theater director, right? And he's trying to put on this play on Broadway. And all the actors who are played by Christopher Reeve, Desmond Llewellyn, they all have these character quirks. Like there's like all this stupid love triangle stuff going on behind the scenes, and Desmond Llewellyn is hopelessly drunk all the time, and Christopher Reeve is constantly getting nosebleeds because he can't handle the sight of violence. It makes his nosebleed. I don't know why.
That's bizarre.
And it's a silly farce, and it just gets crazier and crazier. You see like 3 different performances of this show, and in each performance it gets more and more off the rails. Things go crazy behind the scenes, and it translates onto the stage. And it is a fantastic little movie that I wish more people knew about. And with that cast, I don't know why more people don't know about it. It is probably my favorite farce. It's great. Noises Off. Everybody.
Reminds me of Groundhog Day.
That's another one of those movies you can watch all the time. That and What About Bob? Oh God.
Oh God, that Bob movie is hilarious.
You realize how ironic it is to sit and watch Groundhog's Day over and over again.
Over again, yeah. Of course.
And I'm sitting there complaining about 51st Dates, but it's like the same thing. Yeah, I know. But Bill
Yeah,
Murray's
Esmeralda.
back on here.
Well,
I highly recommend it. I recommend it to everybody. Watch Noises Off. It's fantastic. It's great.
It's not bad.
I like that movie. I didn't
All
hate
right.
it.
Cool.
Well, there you go.
Okay.
That's high
Well,
praise.
By the way, I don't hate most movies with Michael Caine in them.
Well, yeah, Michael Caine.
Yeah, well, he's pretty cool.
I like The Hand, and even like that stupid Jaws movie he made.
He's never even seen it.
I don't blame him. He just wanted a house out of it, but
Yeah,
I even like that one. I know.
Hey, not wanting a house is a good thing.
Okay,
Muppet
now
movies.
it's your turn, Sarah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Muppet movies. Yeah, Muppet movies are pretty cool too. Yeah, you can always get behind that. Another one of my movies that I like that makes me feel good when I want to watch something that I don't have to concentrate on. Princess Bride. I can watch that all day freaking long too. It's just like Clue. I can put it on. Doesn't matter what kind of mood I'm in. If I'm in a bad mood, it's gonna make me happy. If I'm in a happy mood, it's gonna make me giddy. It's great. When you're sick and you don't feel good, it's one of those movies to watch too, because Fred Savage doesn't feel good, and then Peter Falk's reading to him. It's just awesome. I love it. It's so good. There's eels and there's giants. Oh, come on.
And Robin Wright.
Giant.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you haven't seen that movie, which is weird, but go see it. And if you don't like that movie, I still love you. It's weird though, but I love you. Okay?
Emily, don't see it. It's not that good. In my opinion, it's overrated as hell.
I think it's a generational
Grease.
thing.
If you say Grease sucks, but Princess Bride is great,
Yes, I do. But
I do too. Actually.
I like the Princess
Also-
Bride a lot, but I was
Yeah.
a big wrestling fan, and Andre the Giant said
Andre
it.
the Giant.
Yeah.
It's
It's
good.
Under the Giant.
that,
And,
that is a good selling point for sure.
yeah,
That might have something to do with
Vincini,
it.
the guy that plays the Grand Nagus in Star Trek, of course, gotta have him,
Mhm.
Anyway, so I really, really like that movie. And the guy that played Wesley, right, whatever his name is, I also liked
Gary
him in,
Elways.
yes, him. I also liked him in Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie.
It's unlike other Robin Hoods, I
Funny.
can speak with an English accent.
That's my favorite one. Those Patrick Stewart's in it. Come on, Johns.
Once
The
again,
House of
playing-
Miguel and House of
any movie
Lee.
with Patrick Stewart in it is going to be somewhat good.
Mhm.
Unless you see the Star Trek Picard series, then you're gonna go. And I did, so that's why I watched that again.
I
Well,
said,
this
I
is
said
in-
movie, not series.
Well, you know,
Excalibur. Patrick
Yeah.
Stewart's in Excalibur. He's great. He plays
About
he plays a Grain's he plays a Grain's father.
He does. You ever see him as Scrooge in the TNT movie?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's one of my
yeah.
favorite Scrooges.
Yes,
Really?
yeah,
He's
definitely.
great.
He was amazing.
I like it.
Never
He
saw
also
it
does a
with
really
him.
good Captain Ahab in a movie.
Yes, I was gonna say. I kept
Yeah,
thinking
he
of the good
did,
one.
didn't he? Yeah.
Mhm.
I love Patrick Stewart's
Scrooge.
performance in a movie called Safe House, where he's kind of losing his
Oh,
mind
yeah.
and he's on
Yeah.
spot,
Mhm.
and you don't never know if he's really got these people going after him, or if he's just crazy till the end of the movie. It's really a
I've
great
seen
movie.
bits and pieces of that movie. I've never seen that one all the way through. I didn't even know it was called. So
And of
Hey,
course,
hey.
It's
Have
really
you guys
good,
ever
actually.
heard? I'm sorry. Have you guys ever heard of Masterpiece Theater's I Claudius?
never heard of
Yes,
it.
of course.
mm.
Okay,
No,
well,
of
the
course,
thing
I
is-
own it.
Well, the funny thing is that Patrick Stewart's in that movie.
Yep.
Yes.
I
He
mean,
plays
in
Sejanus.
that you know, Sir Janus.
I have this set of old BBC Shakespeare's. They once ran on BBC in the 70s. They tried to do every single Shakespeare play. And Patrick Stewart keeps showing up. A really young Patrick Stewart with
Mhm.
hair keeps popping up in all of these old
Did
Shakespeare's.
he do
which I always think
Hamlet
is
as
fascinating.
well?
Oh yeah,
He did, but it wasn't on this set. But he did it.
he's
Yeah.
classically
Well, yeah,
trained.
He's a
Remember
classical
that.
actor. He did all
Mhm,
that
mhm.
Shakespearean stuff.
Yeah, he did all of the holodeck too. That was really amazing.
Yeah.
The great
That's
thing
cool.
about him, his portrayal of Sejanus, Tracy, I agree with you. He is great at. He plays a villain with no
Mhm.
likable qualities, and most things he's actually a much more approachable character. In this, he's just a bucket of shit.
Yeah, but he's a good bucket of shit.
He does villain pretty well. Like he was in the Green Room with Anton Yelchin, where he plays the bad guy in that, the villain. And he's
Oh,
His
Sick in
best
his
bad
clothes.
guy role was Conspiracy Theory. with
Conspiracy
Mel Gibson.
Theory. I was going to bring that up, and there's also there's the one at the boarding school with the kids. I can't remember the name of it. Not Toy Soldiers.
X-Men.
Fact of life. So really, if you do read the X-Men comics, Charles Xavier is a great person.
Well, I just was wondering, how did he just say, "I'm going to have a school of mutants," and everybody's just like, first off, I mean,
Okay.
they just send him there. There's no paperwork.
Yeah,
The
he's a
parents
great
don't
villain,
know.
just like he's a really good hero. I mean, he's Patrick Stewart. He can do anything.
Mm.
That's a brilliant actor, can play either part. That's it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
He
That's
can actually
true.
act. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
He could
so
read a
I'm-
phone book, and I'd be impressed.
Am I
That's
up
what
again
Me
yet?
too.
yeah,
Sarah,
man,
yeah,
it's
you're
all
the
you.
third one.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I
Jenny's
can talk about this movie I saw a long time ago. Yeah, I can't. It's a really cool movie about this girl named Debbie that goes down to Dallas.
No,
I can't remember the name of it. So I can't remember the name of that one, so I'm gonna go on to another movie with
Doesn't
Walter
sound
Matthau.
familiar to me at all. No idea.
What? And it's got Walter Matthau and Robin Williams, and it's a movie called The Survivors. And it has
Oh,
been
yeah.
one of my favorite movies for all time. It's one of Robin Williams' best performances. It's got Walter Matthau in it, and basically one of his last really good roles, with the exception of maybe Hopscotch. And of all people, it's got Jerry Reed from the
Really?
Smokey Bandit movies in it, doing what is probably his best movie role. So I recommend that you check out The Survivors. I don't even know if anybody on panel's seen it. It's a very
I
obscure
have
movie.
seen it, but it's been a long time.
Yeah,
I've never
it's one of
seen
the
it.
movies that
No.
played on cable every day in the 80s.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, that's why I saw it probably.
We didn't have cable. We were poor.
Yeah,
We had
didn't
an
have
antenna in
to-
the garage when it
Let's
was
draw.
off, and we hit it. And yeah, we got our
I'm really
snow
surprised that
pictures,
Doug
snowy.
actually seen it, because I'm pretty sure nobody else probably seen it.
You got me on one that I have actually seen. So
Yeah.
there you go.
But it is truly probably the best movie that nobody has seen.
Yeah, I will watch anything with Robin Williams in it, pretty much. Like,
Yeah, he was good.
yeah.
You ever see Shakes the Clown there?
Oh,
Yes,
Good movie.
unfortunately.
Funny movie. He had a cameo, uncredited cameo, right? Is the mime. Robin Williams.
Because he used to be a mime. That's how he got
Mime,
his start.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something you
Role
should be
play.
proud of. Just saying that, okay?
That movie's hilarious
Mhm.
in a disturbing way.
I love Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. I was going to
Love
say
it.
that one next, but then Zop beat me to it. Zop.
Mr.
He's in the house.
Yee.
Tracy,
Hey,
what have you got?
Snarky.
Tracy, I think it's your turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
it's
Tracy's
my turn.
turn.
Okay.
Bubble up.
One of my oh my god, one of my favorite feel good movies is hilarious. It was a movie put out like in the 80s. It was called So Fine. It's about a guy who was like a manufacturer of clothes, and his business was going down. So what he ended up doing was he saw a pair of ripped jeans, and then he put like plastic on the backside, and they were small jeans for women to wear, so he could see their butts. Oh, you gotta see that movie.
Ryan O'Neal. Ryan O'Neal.
That's Ryan O'Neal. Yeah, that
Ryan
was.
O'Neal.
Yeah, that to me was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh, man. That's funny.
I don't think I saw it, but I remember it.
I remember the cover because it's Ryan O'Neal and like a girl with her back turned and she's wearing those pants where you can see her butt.
Yeah.
That's one of the movies I saw one time.
Or Arthur. And I
Arthur.
liked Arthur too.
Just
Oh,
one
that's a-
time, Dan?
It's a great movie. Yeah.
Yeah, just once.
Uh-huh.
It's the baddest thing is I'd see a movie once, and because I've seen it, I wouldn't go back and watch it again most of the time. I really have to like a movie a lot to go back and watch it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
In the theater or in general? Oh, he's like.
I don't go to the theater much no more. So, but in the day, I'd go see a good movie 20 times in the theater. I bet I saw Star Wars 50 times when it come out.
I don't know, Paper Man.
First year in '77.
super good
I lived in a theater line that first year Star Wars was out.
That Ryan O'Neal's daughter won her Oscar. She was like 7 years old.
Hmm.
You talking about
Yeah.
Tatum O'Neal?
Yeah, Tatum O'Neal
Yeah.
and Paper Moon.
I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
that
absolutely.
movie.
That's a
That's
great
really
film.
good.
It's a fantastic
Yeah,
movie. Yeah.
one of the best.
They made a TV show based on it, and it tanked.
Yeah, because it was bad.
Yeah.
Never saw it. I have no idea.
Jodie Foster played the kid.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she
Yeah,
did.
well, sometimes they shouldn't make
God.
things into, TV shows or movies, like commercials, like caveman commercials should not be TV shows.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah,
many.
it's
so
stuff
good
like
movies.
that.
I didn't think they
like
should make a
that.
TV show out of Fargo, but boy, was I wrong.
Yeah, but also Fargo was a good movie, but also wasn't a commercial, right? Like I was just making fun of the caveman commercials, right? I mean, like
True.
they were great commercials, and then they made a TV show, and I was like, oh, and then the commercials made for the TV show. I was like, that's funny.
Actually,
That's funny.
That's how movies really make you feel old. Because I remember going to the theater and seeing Firestarter with little Drew Barrymore running around,
Mhm.
and now she's 60 years old on a talk show.
Right, 60, but that's funny.
60.
Actually, the funny thing about the Caveman TV show is it was doing okay. What happened was there was a writer's strike, and it was one of the shows that was dropped because they didn't have enough episodes to keep it going during the strike. So they just
Oh.
dropped it. But it was actually getting decent ratings, believe it or not.
I don't see how it was awful. I mean, I saw the first one. I was like, "Whoa, what is this?" Well, anyways, look. I
The
don't know.
ads were
What do I know?
funnier.
The ads were funnier.
Oh, yeah,
It's a
then they-
great premise, you know.
Yeah, well, once the ads were making fun of the TV show, I was like, okay, now it's funny again.
I'll have the roast duck with the mango salsa.
Oh wow, yeah.
Am I up again?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. It's your
Yeah.
turn.
Yeah,
Splendid. I'm going to go. Speaking of Peter Falk, like we were not too long ago, I'm going to go with one of my favorite buddy comedies of all time, The In-Laws. This
Oh,
movie
yeah.
is it's funny and
Yeah.
it's fun, and both actors are at their best. And it's sort of I say modern. It was made in the 70s, but it was sort of made as an homage to those like 30s and 40s buddy films. And every time I see it, it just puts me in a great mood. I love that movie.
I think Alan Arkin was the other guy in that movie.
Yes,
Mhm.
it was.
Never saw it.
Well, I'll take my word for it. It's good. They,
I believe you.
they made a remake a few years ago, and I haven't seen it, so I can't speak to that either way.
Mm. Okay, so I think Kenneth's going to bed. Good night, Kenneth. Okay.
Bye, Ken.
I'm
Bye.
trying to read the chat here.
Whatever
and
you
I
want to
keep
call
listening.
yourself.
Hey,
Thanks
you in
for
the
saying hey
chat.
to me in the chat.
Where did my cleavage go?
Oh, we lost somebody.
You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
Right.
to interrupt anybody's
Hold it.
turn, but you know, I
But-
thought was pretty funny was the producers and
Oh, yeah,
Springtime
that's
for
Oh,
Hitler.
yeah.
Springtime.
That to me, that was hilarious.
In
I fell out of my
Germany.
chair laughing after
You know-
that song, and when the audience was quiet, I was
I-
laughing so hard, tears were coming down my face.
I-
I had to
I
go
like-
take a shower after.
The only
I think
thing
we'll
I
all, I
really
think
like
we
about
would
that
all have to
remake
agree
was the
that
pigeon
most
singing.
all Mel Brooks movies are
Mhm.
feel good movies. You can't watch a Mel
Yeah.
Brooks movie and really feel bad.
That's
Yeah,
Okay.
they-
I know. I
Okay,
watched
when it's my
Blazing
turn, I'm
Saddles
going
and
to
I feel
sound
great.
off on something.
Okay, it is your turn, so go ahead.
Okay, I listen. I'm not going to make any friends with this statement. I think Spaceballs is funny and it's good, but I think it's overrated. Now they're going to do a sequel. They're going to do a sequel. It's a generational thing. They're going to do a sequel, and I'm all for it because Rick Moranis, who I've said for years needs to come out of retirement, reportedly he's going to be in this movie. So I got
Wow.
a great big open mind, and I'm
Oh,
really
I
excited about it.
I hope so.
But,
Hope
the
his shorts got
original is
fixed.
just it just didn't grab me for some reason. But to the good, I've got a couple movies that are sad that had happy endings and sad things that happened in them, but they're feel good ultimate. I'll just
Well, you
name
get that
some.
catharsis, yeah.
Beaches.
Mhm.
That's a
With
good
the
one.
Bee in My Wings. Yeah.
It's a total chick flick. Terms of Endearment. Jerry Maguire. To the good,
Maguire.
Captain America: First Avenger. The first Spider-Man. 9 to 5. The movie 9 to 5.
Mhm. Dolly
Totally.
was cute.
Dabney Coleman.
Dabney,
Yeah.
God rest his soul. And then,
Yeah.
of course, the classic. Here's a line from the movie. Shoot it, will you? For God dang, where? Anywhere. Star Wars.
Star Wars, of course.
Of
Trash
course.
compactor scene, right?
There you go.
I thought
Oh.
Mark Hamill delivered that line terribly.
There
That's
you
just
go. There you
But-
go. Now your boobs are back.
Yes,
There,
yes.
you'd be
And
good
then
now.
one more. We Are Marshall, because I went studied communications at Marshall University.
Wow.
Matthew McConaughey again. Charlotte's Web, another sad
Ah.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Field of Dreams, Star Trek 4 Voyage Home. We've said that several times. Raiders of the Lost Ark, Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion. I think that's underrated. And then, of course, last but not least, Superman the movie. That's
I
one
knew
of
you
my
were going to say that
Mhm.
eventually.
And for
Yeah.
Tracy, I have a little girl feel good coming of age movie, Little Darlings.
I love that movie.
Never
Mhm.
saw
I
it.
saw when it came out.
Uh-huh. Christy McNichol.
Mhm.
And then the another girl, Krista, was in it, who went on to do Hello Larry and replace the
Yeah, I
other girl.
remember that girl.
You're
Yeah.
I remember my parents taking us to see Little Darlings, and I don't think she quite realized what it was. My little sister was sitting there like this.
Yeah. And someone in chat had mentioned this, that about the Oscars. You were talking about the Oscars being the show. They're going to have a best stunts category. So I've got to
Yes.
thank Ryan
Wow.
Gosling, Barbie Boy, as I affectionately call him, for bringing that to the attention with his Fall Guy movie, the
He did.
neglect that
Dang.
stuntmen have in the industry. I think he
Oh,
said so in the press
Oh.
junket for that movie a lot. And I
that
think
Fall Guy movie.
Yeah, he
He
made
helped
it his
us get
cause du jour.
recognized.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're all union guys, the stunt people. So that's good.
All I
Yeah,
know.
they're like literally out there giving their lives for our entertainment. you
Yeah,
know?
Yeah,
really.
well, I appreciate that. Stunts are
Mhm.
awesome. But I gotta tell you, like, I just forgot what I was gonna say. Awesome. All right, never mind.
Those guys are athletes.
It was about Fall Guy movie, right? The Chance was talking about it, like, when it came out, right? And I finally saw it, and the first thing I did was run over to my text message and went, "This movie's awful."
Colt
Mhm.
Seavers doesn't cry. It showed Colt Seavers crying in his truck, and they played that
Oh,
Kiss
what
song.
happened?
They played that Kiss song 3 times. It wasn't necessary. I was made
Oh.
for loving you. I love the song. It was.
I
It
love
only
that
needed.
song too.
It only needed to be in there one time. They kept playing it again and again and again. And
They
Much
must-
Scarborough
something
Fair.
it writes
Much
to.
as they paid, hey, much money as they paid to use that song, they were going to get their money's worth.
you got that right. But
Yeah,
Colt
you
Seavers,
know.
but Colt Seavers would never
Exactly.
trash his own truck, which this Colt Seavers did. He intentionally wrecked his own truck. Now Kirk may do that with
Anyway.
USS Enterprise, but Colt won't do that with his GMC 4x4.
Right, well, anyway, so that was an awful movie.
I agree.
I did not like it.
Even
I
the
mean-
cameo with Lee Majors and Heather Thomas was awkward as hell.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't know, I was expecting something good. My bad.
And no Doug Barr.
Come on, Tug, what you got, man?
Yeah.
I'm going to mention a movie that we talked about earlier, and that's Tremors.
Ooh.
A movie that I can quote endlessly all day long.
Mhm.
It's just it is this perfect mix of like goofy creature feature horror from the 50s, but it was made in 1990. And you've got Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward, and the chemistry they have together is just priceless.
And it's really extra special because it's one of the only 2 movies Kevin Bacon's in that don't make me throw up.
Right.
And I can tolerate the other one even better because he gets killed.
Hear that, Kevin Bacon? Not Poppy or Dan or me.
But the ones who steal the movie for me are Reba McEntire and the guy, I can't remember his name, the survivalists. Burt Gummel, whatever. You broke into the wrong goddamn rec room. I freaking love that scene so much. That movie always.
I actually like all the Tremors movies, and there's like 9 of them.
There's so many of them. I stopped after like 4.
17 episodes or something.
There's a lot of them out there. You're right.
But
I think the TV series was short run on Sci-Fi. I only had like 17 or 18 episodes,
Something
but
like
them
that, yeah.
17 or 18 episodes they made are gold, and Burt Gummer's in them.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah,
But
because Burt Gummer is the one character who's in like all of it, right? He's like in every single movie. Yeah.
Star Trek
It's
4 got to
probably
be one of my number one feel good.
Oh, it's my number 1 for sure. That's why I didn't go with
Chemistry.
it.
I mean, you can't beat the chemistry of that cast in that
Oh,
film.
of course.
Right,
Yeah.
and the funniness of it all, it's just great. You don't need to swear every other word.
Double dumbass on you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
double
so true.
W.
Colorful language of the time. The Giants. Yeah, I can repeat
Too
that.
much
movie.
LBS.
Yeah, I did a lot of LDS growing
Too
up.
much LDS in the scene.
That's all I did was LDS growing up until I turned 18. Then I stopped LDS.
But guys, when you see the Enterprise in that movie, I cried. I admit it. Every time I see it, it gets to me when the destroyed Enterprise has been rebuilt and the classic Alexander Courage USS Enterprise theme kicks in. I mean, that is a great moment for any nerd.
Touching.
I like it. I like
That
it
was
when Sulu goes, "I hope we get Excelsior," and then this guy's like, "What? No, you don't not." It's so funny. You don't want that. He's like, "In a ship's position." Oh yeah, I'm okay. Great movie. Anyways, don't get me started on Star Trek. We will never end this. Okay. There's some things in life that I'm really passionate about. Okay. Oh, it's my
They're
turn.
great.
Okay. So
I love Star Trek. Let me say this real quick. I love Star Trek, and most of the Star Trek movies do make you feel good and stuff. But there's been a couple of Star Trek things that just didn't set well.
Yeah,
Like the
yeah.
whole movie with the holographic thing on that planet where Data loses his mind and stuff. That movie, I can't
What about
remember.
Uhura getting together with Scotty when it was established it was Sulu that had the hots for Uhura? That was so dumb in Star Trek 5, directed by Shaq.
yeah, she was flirting with Sulu and Scotty. I was like, what's happening?
Row your boat. I mean, it just didn't work for me.
No, see, the one thing I like about Row Your Boat, it was so out of left field, that whole camping everything, right? That it felt like you just saw them on vacation just before the show, before they started to hit each other again or something. Like, it was just so awkward, but also I liked it because I could see them doing that in the real life world, going out there camping and don't know how to camp. I can see it.
Look at Gary Carpenter's comment there, Sarah.
Yeah, special needs.
Have you ever seen Grease 2? Michelle Pfeiffer is in that.
Yeah, like I said, I saw the first one and I was unimpressed by it. So then I quickly watched the second one, and then I was like, "Where's that bleach?" And I looked all over for the brain bleach.
That's funny and all, but watch Michelle Pfeiffer sing "Cool Rider." And you
No,
got
I don't do that again.
or lesbians
No,
out
thank
there. It's hot, I think.
Well, anyways, no. That movie's awful. I just can't. Okay, sorry.
The movie is awful. It is, but that's a great moment in it. Grease
Okay.
2. Grease 1's
Right.
classic, but Grease 2. I
Well,
agree.
anyways,
Yeah,
look.
Grease
Okay,
is funk.
to be fair, right? Grease 2 was so terrible. I would watch Grease 1 again. Okay.
Sarah, do you know who Adrian Zemed is? Sarah, do you know
What?
who Adrian Zemed is? Does that ring any bells?
Probably.
Bachelor Party, TJ Hooker. He was the young
Okay.
guy. He's in
Yes.
Grease 2 also.
Oh yeah, that's right. And also, T.J. Hooker made my eyes bleed.
James Remar is in Grease 2, isn't he?
Who?
James Remar, the guy who played Ajax in the Warriors.
Yeah, and
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
and then Maxwell Caulfield, and yeah.
Yeah, and also Dutch Schultz in the Cotton Club.
But who's the only character from Grease 1 that was in Grease 2? I know you guys know this. I know you know it, Thrash.
Oh, I
What's her
do.
name? What's the
Dee Dee
Frenchie?
Cone.
Cone?
Dee
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 Cone.
is Frenchie.
Frenchie.
I
Wow.
love Dee Dee Cone. And she looks nothing like she did in that movie. You ever see her on Match Game or something? She had dark hair.
Uh-huh.
I just loved her little voice.
Dee Dee
Anyway,
Khan was great.
she sure was. Whatever happened to her? It's been a lot of fun, guys. I swear. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Well, time flies when you're having fun. Also, is it my turn or did I already have a
It's
turn?
your
I
turn,
remember
yeah.
now. Oh,
It's your
okay,
turn,
cool.
Sarah.
All right.
Sarah.
Ooh, okay. So, thanks, guys. One of my all-time, favorite, go-to movies as well would probably be Mars Attacks. I just like that
Oh,
movie.
Yeah.
You can
that's
just
so
watch
cute.
it.
Yeah.
Tim
You know
Burton,
what's always
Mike
going to
Tyson.
happen. Obviously, it's funny.
Speaking of
when
movies
Jack Black
based on
dies,
weird
I
things.
laughed. It was hilarious. The donut sign is great. The killing of that dove was hilarious. Poor dove. Anyways, don't release doves around aliens, okay? Ooh. Anyways, but yeah, I loved it. It had an all-star cast. It was just dumb fun, and I loved it. I loved everything about it. Even my mom, who doesn't like movies, loves that movie. In fact, I own that movie. I mean, she now owns that movie.
There's nothing that screams feel good movie like a movie where humanity is destroyed by aliens.
Tom Jones survives, so that's what's important.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's not unusual.
But I do agree.
Oh,
I
God,
do agree with the ending of that movie where country music is the only thing that'll kill aliens.
Hey, Sarah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thrash.
No, it was Wayne Newton.
Yeah.
Wayne Newton music.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Slim Whitman and
Slim Whitman.
Yes, Slim.
Slim
It
Whitman.
Was it Wayne Newton?
It wasn't
No.
Wayne Newton. It was Slim
Slim
Whitman.
Whitman.
Wayne Newton was in James Bond License.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bless
I thought it
your
was
heart.
I thought it was one of his
I chose
songs.
Slim Whitman music in Mars Attacks because it's the music that will actually kill people.
Yeah.
Oh.
How did I possibly misremember? That's all, folks. How did I misremember that?
I
Well,
don't know.
I thought it was like
Yeah,
Junkish Shin or
And I
something
think
like
Tug
that.
just got another short.
Yeah. Anyway, I defer. I apologize.
yes, Chance.
Sarah, Mars Attacks came up this weekend on Patrol Live when the cops pulled over a guy, searched his car, and he had a marijuana packet with the alien from Mars Attacks on it.
Oh.
Awesome.
And the guys, the cops that are in New York, they couldn't remember. They go, "Isn't that from the '80s?" And they had to look it up. Like the host, Dan Abrams could not remember the movie, knew nothing about it. It's like,
Oh.
how did you not know?
Well,
Who was actually
anyways,
thinking it?
that's interesting.
You know why I pulled you over? For dark is the suede that mows like a harvest.
And those are perplexed. I'm not a fan of Grease 2. I just appreciate
I don't like
my
Grease
first
too.
co-writer bit. I like.
I'm glad we're all in
Nobody
agreement that
does.
Grease 2 is the worst
Yeah.
thing I've ever seen. We've all ever seen. It's awful.
Yeah,
To
it's
me,
bad.
a good movie would be Hairspray because I love it, and the character's name is Tracy Turnblad. I'm Tracy.
Yeah, Hairspray was actually really
Chunky.
good.
I love that. I love the whole
actually
thing.
enjoyed Hairspray quite a bit.
Yeah, I love Hairspray, man. To me, that's one of my
I
all-time
seen
favorites.
Hairspray once too.
Yeah, I like the one.
You don't need hairspray right now. Look at you.
I know, I don't have any hair.
I have no hair, folks. In case you're wondering, I shaved it all off. I'm a bald-headed man with a goatee. Stone cold straight in the
Nice
house.
to
Right
meet
now.
you.
Dan, will you say this line for me? It's Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. I got a goatee. I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin,
In
man.
Superman the movie in the prison yard. Who is it? Superman? Lex Luthor. Okay, sorry.
I was thinking more a hero like Bruce
One more
Willis.
time,
You
one more time.
make me a villain, man. That wasn't cool. I'm not a
Oh, come on. Gene
Okay,
Hackman as
my
Lex
turn.
Luthor was the hero of that movie.
my turn.
Yes,
I
you're
got a
right.
movie. I'll see if anybody's heard of this one. It's a movie with Ted Danson and Howie Mandel, and it's called A Fine Mess.
Nope.
Heard of
Now,
it.
I got
Heard
the
of it.
audience again.
I
Nobody's
think I've
seen
heard
this.
of it.
I've heard of it.
Me
Mr.
too.
Clean. Zob
It's so
says you're
great.
got me.
I see all these movies nobody ever heard of.
You get 5 crickets, sir.
And
I said he saw it or
it's
had heard of
got
it.
the guy who played Bert from Soap in it.
Oh my
It's got
God.
Harry Mandel in it.
crickets.
It's got Ted
I
Danson.
can just see how it runs.
And the plot goes something like this guy overhears some gangsters doping a horse so the horse will run real fast and win the race. So he places a bet and wins a lot of money, but the gangsters get PO'd because he overheard them and placed the bet and come for him and the money. And it's hilarious, and I totally recommend everybody checks out A Fine Mess. I don't want to spoil none of the crazy stuff that happens in that movie, but if you watch it, I promise you will not regret it. I should find a movie poster for it.
Oh yeah, definitely find that.
It is good.
Have you actually
Yeah.
seen it?
Mm.
Me?
I've heard of it. I never actually saw it.
Fine Mess, Howie
I've seen
Mandel.
some trailers for it.
To be
when
honest,
Howie Mandel was all coked up, and he like would take a balloon. Oh, never mind. This is a family show.
Okay, we'll revisit that Thursday there,
Yep.
Chance.
Where's the poster?
Oh, how cute.
That's when Howie had hair. He had
Yeah.
Howie hair.
The funniest part of the movie is how they drug the horses so they run fast. It's with a large thing that's inserted.
Ah, gross.
Ew. Ew.
Well, anyways,
My
that
favorite
won't be
Howie
running any
Mandel
horses.
movie is Gremlins. Just putting that out there.
Okay. Hey, I found some little monsters. That was
He's not
actually
known
pretty
for
good.
movies, is he there, Tug? That's for
Not
sure.
really, no.
All right,
But he
let's
was
do
the
the
voice
question.
of Gizmo.
Oh, okay.
And America's Got
It's-
Talent.
It's on Tracy now since nobody ever heard of my movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude,
Sorry.
man, I appreciate it. I like obscure references. That's good.
Right.
You're on
Yeah,
the
I
right
like
show.
I like watching a lot of indie movies and stuff like that. I mean, I just think it's fun, or the film festival kind of movies. But what movie I really kind of like is, oh God, I can't even think of the name of this movie, but it's on the tip of my tongue.
That's what
Gosh,
she said.
it's
I'm sorry.
a Shop Girl. Shop Girl. It's depressing, but then she gets. I mean, it's with whatchamacallit. I can't think of her name, but Steve Martin was in it, and it was a serious role for him. He wasn't like his King Tut thing or anything, but it was a really good movie. I mean, it's kind of like it makes you feel good at the end, and I like that movie. It's very touching.
Soap Dish says Zopperplex. That's not what you're talking about.
No, Shop Girl, I mean, I saw it when it came out because my wife wanted to see it. It's got Claire Danes. I vaguely
That's it.
remember liking it. I just don't remember much about it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she falls in love with a guy who's older and stuff.
Hey, Cam.
Guys, I got to make my quick joke about Claire Danes.
Go
Okay.
for it.
Okay.
She's best known for the TV show on Showtime, not Homeland, Homely Land. Isn't that mean? That's terrible.
Very
I'm
mean.
sorry.
Yes.
That's mean. I'm sorry. She's a lovely actress. I'm
Every-
sorry.
Oh, have you
I'm
seen
hungry.
Romeo and Juliet? Ooh.
Definitely.
not
Definitely.
inappropriate. She's a great actress. So look, she is an awesome
No,
actress.
she's a
Apart from
fantastic
that,
actress.
She's
Yeah.
fantastic.
Apart from that, I was being mean.
Shelley Duvall. Shelley Duvall was a great. Hey, Shelley
No one
Duvall
laughed.
was a great actress
I got
too, but she
five.
still looked like olive oil.
Hey, she was good in Terminator 3 as well. I like
Before
T3.
she died.
Oh, yeah,
You
Claire
would
Danes.
never
Yeah.
know her.
I'm glad you like T3. I'm one of the only people in the world who likes T3.
Thank you. I
Yes,
saw this
you
here like
are.
5
I
times.
like all the Terminator movies.
My So-Called Life she did on TV. That was her first
Yep.
big
Mhm.
break.
That was a good movie.
Yeah. T3? Tracy?
I've never seen T3.
I thought that's
No,
what you were
she's
referring
talking
to.
about My So-Called Life, which was a
That's a
TV.
My
TV
so-called life.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a television show. That's what confused
Yeah.
me. Okay.
All right.
Okay, so Thrash.
Trash.
Pons.
I'm gonna. Gary mentioned one, and I'm gonna go with that. Yellow Submarine. The Beatles' Yellow Submarine animated film. I love animated films. Beatles music. I love Beatles music, and also it had a special place for me because a local network in this area had a tradition where they would, on Thanksgiving night, they would show it as a double feature with Help. And I remember after Thanksgiving dinner, that was a big treat. My cousins and I would get together in a family room or something, and we'd watch Beatles' Yellow Submarine. It became a family tradition in my household. So it was actually part of the whole Thanksgiving holiday. So to this day, every time I think of Yellow Submarine, it brings back nice memories.
Great. Blue
That's the
Meanies, right?
same way.
So
Blue Meanies.
I need to quickly bring up how far is Gary behind because he just said Princess Bride.
Oh, he's always very far
Well,
behind.
you know,
It's like his thing.
you know, like
Gary, we love
A bathroom break.
what?
but you know,
probably went on a
those
bathroom.
like every time I think about late New Year's back home in Chicago, I think it was WGN or one of these channels that would play Duck was that Marx Brothers Duck Feathers or something like that.
Duck Soup.
Duck Soup. And then they would play after that on New Year's. They would play Top Hat, and those always were really good. I love those too with Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Cool.
Emily says the Beatles were overrated.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
Ooh, snap.
Shots
Well, look,
fired.
I
You know,
never even seen it, and that's how much I
You're
want to see it.
entitled to
I've
your
never seen
opinion.
it.
Yeah, they
I
do
could
talk-
name all the Beatles before I could name all my uncles. Now, in fairness, I had more uncles than there were Beatles. But yeah, both my parents were avid Beatles fans.
Yeah,
So
no,
yeah, I was.
You know, the Beatles went downhill once Paul McCartney died, and they replaced him with that clone.
Abbey Road.
No doubt.
And that includes Pete Best right there.
Of course,
Trash.
Pete Best, yes.
Mhm.
Of course, but of course. You know, Black Scorpion.
Black
Giant
Scorpion,
Claw.
another good one. Yeah,
Giant Claw.
Tarantula, Giant Claw. Those are all Maricorda. You're right.
Yeah, you know, Emily, I've been talking about the monkeys a lot lately. Snarky really likes the monkeys. I think at some point here we're gonna have a monkey show, and we talk about the monkeys, like just the
love them.
monkeys, because apparently they're way cooler than I even know.
Yeah, I love the monkeys.
Yeah.
They're
I mean,
fine.
Don't you know you're gonna shock the
fabricated
monkey?
Fabricated for.
Shock the monkey.
that's a good one.
Chance, I believe it is your turn.
Yeah,
Oh
shock.
God, I'm done. I mean, I
Oh, you already named everything?
fired everything I had, so you can skip me and I'll just say hey to Joe Gutfield watching in New York State. I'm on my Facebook Live.
Keith E, how you doing, my brother? Good to see
Hi,
you.
And Mike Harper.
Keith.
Nice
Hey.
to see you.
Yeah.
And Joe Gutfield also said Star Trek 4 is one of my favorites. Plan 9 from Outer Space is my go-to for how bad it is.
I love
Oh.
that.
And he said,
Oh, and-
"Son of Sam" here in New York. Son of
Mhm.
Sam.
And yes, Keith E, it was WLVI Channel 56, the Boston affiliate. Well played.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Oh.
And now
All
it's
right.
Tug's turn.
All right.
Tuggy.
I'm going to pick. Flip a coin. I'm going to say Batman '89. Stick with the Tim Burton.
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
That I mean,
A dark one.
it is, but it's still a lot of fun. Jack Nicholson's performance as the Joker. I mean, there's been lots of Jokers, lots of great Jokers.
Jack
Nicholson
Nicholson.
is probably the most
Yeah.
fun for me.
Yeah.
At least it isn't the movie with the bat nipples.
No, it's not Bat Nipples. I'm talking about the
Oh,
first
credit
one.
cards. Why?
Okay, technically not the first Batman movie. That was Batman '66. But, you know,
What did you
I
think of
love
Christian Bale as
Batman.
Batman?
he was
Christian Bale.
a little too vanilla. I liked him as Bruce Wayne, and as Batman, I think he was just kind of there. Like,
He kind of
Well,
screamed
he
a
had
lot.
a really good
Like,
voice.
he's like, where are the drugs going? I don't know. Swear to me. I'm like, kind of over the top, but I loved him as American Psycho too.
yeah, he's good. I mean, Christian Bale's a fantastic actor. Always has been,
Hell yeah.
even since he was a kid in like
God.
Henry V and
Empire of the
Empire of
Sun.
the Sun. Yeah.
Mhm.
If I was making a list of everybody and whoever played Batman, Christian Bale would be at the bottom, last place on that list.
Tug, how about when in Batman '89? I love when the anchor women got infected by the gas or whatever.
The laughing thing.
They
Yeah.
turned into little jokers. That was creepy as hell.
That was freaky. Yeah.
Freaky.
But I mean, that Prince soundtrack. I mean, I love that movie. It's just it's a feel good movie. Yeah, sure, it's dark because it's Batman, but you know, I
But it
watch
all
horror
works
movies
out.
for fun. This is nothing to me.
Danny Elfman's music. I
Danny
mean,
Elfman, of course, yes.
Oh yeah, he had his hands in that.
Yeah.
that new theme he
And
came up with was brilliant.
Michael Keaton.
Mhm.
Michael Keaton's great. I mean, you want to get nuts? Let's
Michael
get nuts.
Keaton, yeah.
That movie made Michael Keaton really, because his career was okay till then.
His
but
career
he
was on the downturn when that movie came out. Yeah.
He was Mr. Mom, right? It was
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
The
Mom.
best movie
Oh,
up until Batman, the best movie he made was one called Night Shift.
That's what I was
I
about
don't-
to say.
He is good in
Yes,
that
and
On
Yeah.
Howard
in the
directed.
funeral during the day, escort service by night.
Yeah, it was hilarious.
Shelley
Yeah,
Long.
Henry Winkler
Yeah.
was in that movie too.
Guys,
Yeah.
quicker because I did skip my turn. Brady Bunch movie, feel good, guilty pleasure. Paramount. I love that. 1995 with Shelley Long.
Oh,
Shelley
yeah,
Long.
Yeah,
that
okay.
one was funny.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I see the Shelley Long one.
Yeah. Do it in your spam. Yeah, I love that movie.
I also love it when they got dressed up to go to Sears and their Sunday best. I'm like,
They're stuck in the 70s. I love that whole shit. You know?
Me
That's
too.
right.
That was
You know,
funny.
Chance had me worried for a minute when he said Brady Bunch. I thought he was going to talk about Marsha in Hawaii in that bathing suit for a minute there.
That's in part 2 with Tim Matheson. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh man.
All right, my turn. I well, going along with Geek there because the first Batman, yeah, that was pretty good, but the second one was my all-time favorite there now. Okay,
Danny DeVito.
because
Michelle
not so much
Pfeiffer
him.
again. I'm sorry to
Oh,
interrupt
she's
you.
hot. Okay,
Yeah,
but
Catwoman.
mostly, you know, I really like Christopher Walken. I like pretty much anything he's in. I don't even care if the movie doesn't make sense. I'm gonna watch Christopher Walken. I like him. I don't know what he's saying half the time.
The guy who killed Natalie Wood. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and when,
that's what I was thinking.
Just
When-
a joke.
when
He's so
meets,
weird. I mean, why is he not a suspect? I don't know. He never really. I'm sorry. Everyone
would
blames
you
it on Robert
would you
Wagner.
blame him for anything? I wouldn't. He's the headless horseman. We're dead. No.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah. But oh yeah, that if I were to watch anything other than the original Batman movie, right, with Adam West and stuff, because that's another one of those ones I can watch the Clue and stuff, right. But going with if I was in a darker mood, right, and I want to watch something a little bit more broody, then I'm going to watch that one because it's funny, it's great. Christopher Walken. Did I mention that he's in it? It was awesome. Yeah. Oh, and then
Pee Wee Herman's in that movie.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
And it's sad. Selena Kyle's story is really sad. I think
It's very sad.
Oh yeah. I can identify with that. I got pushed out many windows. Cats hit my fingers, and I came back as a Catwoman. It was amazing. I mean, no, not with
You
Cat.
can tell from your leather outfit.
Yes. Anyways, and it was awesome.
That's probably the most shocking scene in that movie is when she gets thrown off that building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty hardcore, actually. Yeah.
And I think it's funny
a little strong for that kind of movie. It really is.
Absolutely.
That movie, like it had swings, like especially like Danny DeVito, like they really went full gross with him when he's like,
he was the grossest little penguin they ever was.
That's pretty nasty for a family friendly movie.
Like when he's eating that fish,
I wouldn't exactly call it family friendly.
Yeah, well, it's like when he's eating that fish, right? And the guy's like, "No, you could run for mayor and stuff." And he's like, "I don't want to do that," or whatever he says. Anyways, and the guy starts laughing, and he's like, bites his nose, and I'm like, "That doesn't even make sense." Like, why?
Emily Miller, Batteries Not Included, is on my list, so I just want to shout out that's a good choice.
I got something you've not seen. Talk about women getting thrown off of buildings. Dallas, Tina Louise, otherwise known as Ginger on Gilligan's Island. She played JR's secretary in these goons in season 2. Throw her off of a roof of a building to her doom. And it was shocking, but not nearly as well done as Batman Returns. Scene of that same.
I've also got to interrupt because Gary Carpenter brought up 20 million miles to Earth, and I just did a video on that, dropped today. So,
that's awesome.
All right. Well,
so Danny, you're up.
Are we doing another round? Because it's almost
no, it ends with you.
It ends with you. So yes.
No, it ends with you. You're the last one.
You were the last in the panel, so.
Oh, so it's one more time for me.
Yeah,
and then we're going to call it a night.
Yeah,
well, that just don't seem fair. But I'm going to end with the most feel good movies that ever existed. More than one, a series
Sophie's
of
Choice
movies, and they will make you feel better than any movie could make you feel. Cheech and Chong movies.
Excellent. Yes.
Because there's Up in Smoke and there's next movie, the Corsican Brothers, and no matter what Cheech and Chong movie you watch, feeling good is a part of it, right?
Yes, this is
An
true.
airplane too. An airplane.
That
Airplane.
was a good movie.
Yes,
Yeah.
You know, Airplane. The first movie, fantastic. The second one, questionable at best.
like
But
the second
William
one.
Shatner making door sounds, I could
disagree.
do that all day.
I like
See, I had to pick something that everybody heard of for my finale.
They're both good.
Well, good job, Dan. We appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks
that
for
was
including
cool.
us.
the chat is going on about defenestration. I don't know what's going on there, man.
I don't know what that is, and we're going to talk about
Good one's
defenestration on
Opperplex.
Thursdays.
Look at you put Zopperplex's comment on the screen, Sarah.
Yeah.
Do I now?
Did you put Zopperplex's comment on the screen? Speaking
This
of
one?
throwing women off of buildings, what about Lana Wood and Diamonds Are
Diamonds Are
Forever? Right there,
Forever.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Dan. Wow.
And
Uh,
Emily
friends with
mentioned
the
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle too. The name
Yeah,
gets thrown out
yeah.
the window.
How did we get off
And that
on
was-
the women
That was
becoming
Lana Wood's sister. I mean, that was speak to bring it full circle. No, that wasn't. That was St. John. That was Jill St. John. But Lana Wood's in it. Sorry, I screwed up. Lana Wood, that's the younger sister of Natalie Wood. Okay.
Yes, Natalie Wood's sister.
It's up.
Plenty O'Toole.
Stop
Hey,
telling
I'm
me.
Plenty. Plenty O'Toole. Named after your father, perhaps.
Yeah, we should just do one that's all about all the 007s. That would be amazing. I love 007.
I could talk about that all day.
Yeah,
I love
you know,
007.
They got Casino
yeah,
Royale
okay,
there.
well, we're gonna. Yeah, there you go. Awesome. All right, everybody. Are we good?
Yeah.
I think my computer's about to die, so I'm gonna have to
Okay.
so I'm certainly good. But anyway, you guys,
Thanks,
it was an
Dan.
absolute blast tonight. By the way, thanks everyone. By
All
the
right.
way,
Yeah,
Well,
it was
so
fun.
thank
It was a
you.
lot of fun.
Thanks to Sarah
Bye,
for inviting
everybody.
me.
Oh,
Happy
bye.
trails, all.
Everybody's
happy trails.
Yeah.
Have a
Peace.
good week.
All right, I'm
Guten
gonna hit
Tag.
the end button.
Stay safe.
Wow, look.
Sit right back, it's time to show with Pons and Dan in a TV flow. Geeks for sure with tales to tell. Every Sunday is pretty swell. Good times here, you'll want some more. Remember days you can't ignore. Kids and family, friends so dear. Join us now, the crew is here. On the auditor, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh, go. Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, flips, all revere. Groovy shows from days gone by. Epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast. Fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat. Geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah here to add the spice. Memories that feel so nice. Fly the auditor, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh, go. Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, flips, all revere. On the other crash, save the world with Sarah at their side. Oh, girl, Sunday's fun with joy and cheer. Flip side, flip, let's all revere. Movie shows from days gone by. Epic moments never die. Internet was such a blast. Fun with friends, let's make it last. Time to laugh and time to chat. Geek out hard and that's a fact. Sarah here to add the spice. Memories that feel so nice. Like the art of